AITA for dating a guy the first told my ex not to worry about? I am not oop. Oop is you. Throw RA moved on 2Q, which is now suspended. Originally posted to R. Amy wrong. AITA for dating a guy the first told my ex not to worry about? Trigger warnings. Mentions of infidelity. Verbal abuse. Less than. And NBSP. Original post November 12, 2023. So 3 months ago I, 21F, went out to a club as it was student night, which means £2.50 drinks. I went out with a big group of girls. While out I met a 23M. I don't remember exactly how or why we started talking, but he was talking to me and my friend. And while we were talking he realized his friend had walked off. So me and my friend told him to stay with us and hang out. We ended up spending the rest of our time there with him, and though he was talking to my friend too, me and him really clicked well. We were both in relationships though and made it clear this wasn't some hookup thing, even showing each other pics of our partners. But as the night went on and we got drunker, I admit it sort of feel like our interactions did sort of border on flirty. Some examples are: 1. If we're walking through our crowded area we would hold hands so we didn't get separated. 2. I danced with him a lot, again holding hands. No grinding or anything. 3. I did hug him a lot, and at one point he picked me up during a hug and I wrapped my legs around him. And this caused my skirt to roll up. And he rolled it back down for me when he put me down. 4. I pretended to be his GF to get rid of a girl who was pesting him by saying, "Could you not flirt with my boyfriend," and kissing him on the cheek and then holding on to his. 5. At the end of the night when I had to leave, I hugged him goodbye, and we sort of accidentally kissed. By that I mean we both tried to kiss each other on the cheek at the same time and our lips touched. This was an accident and we both apologized, and it was awkward. The week after, me and him ended up texting quite regularly. And we arranged, it was my idea, to have both our friend groups meet, so we could hang out again. And we had good chemistry, so we thought our friends probably would too. Well, it went great. And now our friend groups are mixed and I have a bunch of new friends. 2 of his friends have ended up dating 2 of my friends. One of them even being BF and GF. Unfortunately though, my boyfriend was less than happy about M. He didn't like that we texted. He hated the story of how we met, which I got, as I can see how from the outside it looks sus even though our intentions were innocent. I did introduce the 2 of them, and they seemed to get on well and were laughing around together. But then later that night my BF started slagging him off for no reason, which caused me to argue, because he was being fake. About 2 weeks ago, M broke up with his GF. I'm not sure the exact details. I think they just sort of fizzled out due to being at different stages in life. She wanted kids. He wasn't ready. When my BF found out, he told me he didn't want me to text or be friends with him anymore, as he was now single. I said I'm not going to cut him off when he's going through a hard time, and that the idea that I now all of a sudden can't be friends with someone just because they are single is ridiculous. My BF wouldn't accept that and said if I carried on being friends with him, he would break up with me. So I broke up with him then and there, as I was tired of him acting jealous and controlling. On Thursday, I got a text from my friend who is in a relationship with one of Ms. friends. She said her and my other friend, who's dating one of his friends, were going to London on Friday for a trip, and asked if me and M wanted to come. I texted him and he said his friend had asked him the same question, and we both agreed we'd go. When we got there things were different than I anticipated, and it definitely felt like a triple date. We did mini golf, and then went to food and a cocktail bar. And at the end of the night we decided to stay in London as we didn't manage to fit in everything we wanted to do. We all got hotel rooms. and me and M got one too, with 2 beds in the room. However, we ended up sharing a bed and making out a bit. The next day we went out to Camden Food Market, and then to Babylon Park, a giant arcade. We decided to stay another night, and this time me and M had to get a room with 1 bed as there was no double rooms. We went to a club and then back to the room. I ended up giving him head, but that was it. The next morning I woke up to like 50 messages from my ex, calling me a liar and a cheat and saying he knew that I was away on a triple date. I told him I was single and could do what I want. He kept accusing me of cheating with them, saying it's weird after a 3-year relationship for me to move on in 2 weeks with a guy we had fought about and who I said wasn't a problem. I told him M wasn't the problem. He was the problem, and that if he hadn't been so jealous none of this would have happened. He kept accusing me of gaslighting him and just being dramatic, so I blocked him. I told M and the 2 couples we were with, and they said he was just being pathetic and that everything was above board. But some of our other friends say I'm wrong for moving on so soon and with M. Am I? And NBSP. Update November 13th, 2023. So yesterday me and M went for a late meal, like 8 p.m.-ish, and had a talk. We agreed that we both really like each other and want to give it a shot, so we have decided to be exclusive while we see where this goes. He stayed round mine last night, and I did sleep with him. It was amazing. I am seriously happy and excited for the future. Afterwards we spontaneously booked a holiday to Cyprus, just the 2 of us. And we leave on Monday. He is half Greek Cypriot, half Jamaican, and has a villa out there. So we just needed flights. As for my 2 friends who thought I should have waited, I drafted a text with help from a user in DMs and sent it to them both in a group chat. It says, "Hi girls. I know you have been disappointed in my actions and feel it was a bad look to move on so quickly. I know you care deeply about me and just want what's best for me and for me to make good decisions for myself. I do feel like I want to clear up what happened a little, my thought process. What you need to understand is, in the moment of the ultimatum, I saw 2 paths ahead of me. One where I spend the rest of my 20s in Jay's bedroom, watching him smoke weed and play Xbox, begging him to go on a date, and only getting attention when he wants sex. Then I saw one where I stayed friends with them, and we all got to hang out as a big group, and go to events, go play golf, go on our holidays, etc. I knew then and there that the relationship was done. I didn't just choose M over Jay. I chose this life, where we all get to hang out together and actually live and have fun versus just me and Jay sitting in and doing nothing all the time. It wasn't just a choice between M and Jay. It was a choice of all of you, and the life we've built these last few months versus Jay. As for how quickly I moved on, you both know I had been unhappy for a long time, and there was only so long that I could beg for him to change before giving up. To you, it might seem like I lost my feelings for him overnight. But truthfully, this has been building since the start of this year. I have begged, pleaded, cried for him to change. And unfortunately he never did. All he ever wanted to do is smoke weed, and that was it. By the time he threatened to end it, I had already mourned the relationship 100 times. He had already spent all my tears. He had already drained me emotionally, and I had no more emotions left to give him. Breaking up with him wasn't heartbreaking. It was liberating. That is why I did not feel the need to wait. I love you both so much, and I hope you can be happy for me. But if not, that is your decision." My friends replied and said they know that I was unhappy, and that they think I made the right decision, and that they're happy for me. They said sorry for coming across as judgmental, that it wasn't their intention, and they were just worried I was making a rash decision. "We are all meeting tonight. Just us girls. And we're going out for a meal and some drinks and put all this behind us for good. Then I'll be going to Ms. for the first time. To meet his parents, which I'm excited about. My ex is staying blocked. And I doubt I'll ever see or hear from him again as he never leaves his room. So that is the end of that. And I'm closing that miserable chapter of my life for good. Thank you for everyone who gave me helpful advice. Thank you for the new rule 556 who DM'd me and helped me draft that message. And thank you even to all the haters who helped me practice fleshing out my beliefs, reasonings, and defend my actions. Without you, I wouldn't have found the words for that text. I doubt I'll use this account again, as I got what I wanted from it. Goodbye, Reddit. And NBSP, this is a repost sub. I am not oop. Honestly, her comments on the first post denying at the least an emotional affair are hilarious to read now. We've got the second half. I can see how from the outside it looks sus even though our intentions were innocent. No, they were not. I'd put money on M's GF breaking up with him for cheating. The mental gymnastics needed to cheat on your boyfriend and make him the bad guy for being jealous is Olympic level. That's just standard cheating, right? She was in a relationship, found someone she liked more, started facilitating that relationship, and jumped when she knew it was something worth pursuing. There's something delulu about her. Like that dramatic text she sent gives I'm the main character energy and I didn't do anything wrong. Lol. Do these people never understand that how you get them is typically how you lose them? Makes me lose my mind fr. She is a cheater. Simple as. It's always amazing how they justify it to themselves. If I had a partner who did any of the stuff she did that first night, they can forget it. Holding hands walking around a club? Bloody hell. Not to take a stance on if what she did was actually right or wrong, but is a bit humorous how she keeps pinning the ex as jealous and crazy over M, while she also just instantly proves it was all for good reason. I couldn't even finish her bullet points in the first half before this boiling hatred of her surfaced in me. Must be one of my exes. She's young. She's dumb. And now she has what she wants and doesn't have to feel bad about it because she's just living her life. All of that nonsense with her ex could have been avoided if she just broke up with him first, instead of sowing her oats at clubs and making herself emotionally available to the first himbo looking to cheat on his GF. I laughed at though he was talking to my friend too. Me and him really clicked well. Like girl, please. How did I know this was the UK before even reading London? Sometimes this subreddit is just Reddit updates. Yay, she cheated and didn't like being called out on it. I always encourage my friends to not be jealous or controlling regarding girl night out. And I read stuff like this and hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. Just held hands, just wrapped my legs around him, and just accidentally kissed. Ma'am, you cheated. Not gonna lie, if my wife told me this story about meeting some guy in a club like this and they just clicked like really good friends, I would be livid. She's lying to herself so hard. Honestly, I don't care about what her problems with her BF were. After that first post, it sounds like she is trying to justify her actions. This rubs me some kind of way. I'm positive Oop would have ended up cheating on her ex with the new BF if she didn't break up with him. I feel sorry for her ex. Even if he is a douchebag, she's just as bad or worse. The borderline flirting, things are 100% cheating whether she thinks so or not. No boundaries. This is just cheating, isn't it? God, what revolting and trashy behavior. Jesus.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.